Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of Movies, of which this time I'm looking at the movie Hypnotic. And this movie stars Ben Affleck as Danny Rourke, Alice Braga as Diana, Jeff Fahey as Carl, and William Fichtner as Lev Del Rey. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Rodriguez and Max Borenstein. Now, this is a very hard movie to review because now I've seen it, I still only sort of understand it. It's about people with a special power. Actually, I need to correct myself there because it's not a power really, it's a skill. It's a special skill in which they can manipulate your mind to seeing things and doing things at their will. You become in a hypnotic state and you are totally under their control. So just imagine it like this. Please subscribe to this channel. Anyway, I know it all sounds a bit far-fetched. It's about Ben Affleck, aka Danny. And he has lost his daughter but can't remember exactly what happened to her. How'd you do that? Anyway, it's a mystery that's puzzled him for years. And it's all a bit odd, you may think. But hold on, it gets odder. We have people controlling other people and making imaginary scenery for the victims. Affleck is a detective and trying to get to the bottom of what's happened, and he's coming up against other hypnotics and also a secret government program at the heart of it all. The movie is trying very hard to be a Christopher Nolan clone, with some imagery and similarities to Inception. And it's also a little bit of Memento and Total Recall. Maybe even a bit of Scanners and a bit Matrixy, as you don't know what's real and what's not. And the trouble is, it's not quite hitting the sweet spot. Actually, it's missing the sweet spot by some distance. It's very silly, but don't get me wrong, it's by no means bad. I found it watchable, even though it's a bit ridiculous. If you can get past its stupidity, it becomes quite entertaining. And I can see this getting a bit of a slating, and I do understand why. I mean, I've heard some people say it's boring, but I didn't find that to be the case. It's not bad if you open your mind to it. And by the way, if you decide to view this movie, don't switch off when the credits start to roll. Make sure you watch to the end, or you may well miss something. Now, I don't know how to rate this really, as I know it's nothing special and it's got a very silly plot. But I sat there entertained, even though I was struggling to understand what the hell was going on at first. I know it's no masterpiece, and others have had a better stab at this genre. But for all that, I can say it's average. Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence here as far as the rating goes. I've seen a lot worse than this one, and I've seen much less entertaining movies than this one. And I know it's a bit clunky and stupid. The concept, while silly, is okay for me because I've got a vivid imagination. But none of this stopped me watching and enjoying. I must admit, I don't really mind this type of genre. Yes, it's unbelievable, but aren't most of these types of films? I mean, I love Inception, fantastic. But let's be real, it's unbelievable too. But this movie doesn't stop you watching, and it doesn't make you turn around and say, well, that would never happen. So where does this all leave me when rating it? If you're into this sort of thing, you might well enjoy it. If this genre's not for you, then you will probably hate it. As for the rating, it's like a 5 out of 10 for this genre. Average, but by no means bad, considering the category that it sits in. So sit back and enjoy the silliness and embrace the ridiculous concept. I think I can think of a whole load of movies worse than this, but if you're expecting a Nolan-esque Inception, look away now, because it ain't here. So for me, it falls into the category of enjoyable nonsense, and it will split opinion. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll subscribe to our channel, press like or comment, and we will see you soon next time.